My name is Thomas, as you can see on the name tag, and hopefully you know me already. So today is our final outreach forum. We just had outreach month in the month of January. We had a week of service. We've had forum speakers throughout the past 4 weeks, and now this is the 5th week. We have Tiffany Starkes, the house manager, that's the correct title, right?
Yeah.
Of Thistle Hills in Coatesville. Thistle Hills is something that St. David's has gotten involved with really since I've been here at St. David's. One of the first couple of weeks that I came to St. David's, Frank Allen, our former rector, said, "Come with me, we're going to go check out this thing called Thistle Hills in Coatesville." And so we journeyed out to Coatesville. We met the Reverend Sherry Dietz, who's the founder of Thistle Hills. And Thistle Hills is a 2-year residential program for women who have dealt with sex trafficking and abuse and addiction. And it really is a fresh start at life is the best way to describe it. It's, and Tiffany will give you more details, and there's going to be a video. But it really helps these women find jobs, go to AA meetings, go to all the different things that help with resume building, all that kind of stuff, so they can really get a fresh start at life. It's a house in Coatesville, and the program's been running for 3 years. A little over 2 years. So it's a new program as well. Men's Fellowship has gotten involved with service projects out there. So we've helped with some landscaping work around the house to beautify it for the women who live in the house. So without further ado, I'm going to pass the mic to Tiffany. She'll give a little introduction, and thank you all.
Hello everyone, good morning. My name is Tiffany Starkes. I'm the program house manager at Thistle Hills. Reverend Thomas said it good. It's a 2-year residential program. We are helping women that are survivors of sex trafficking, prostitution, and addiction. This program, it allows the women a fresh start at things. When you come there, they don't have to pay rent, and that could be a big barrier when you're in your addiction or trying to get out of a certain lifestyle. You think about financial things that can hold you back. So we cover everything. For the first 6 months while in the program, we want the women to focus on their mental health. We want them to focus on the addiction and the trauma. So when the women first come into the program, we send them to Marymount for their IOP, and then we send them to Gardenzia for OP. We are blessed enough to have an in-house therapist. She comes bi-weekly to meet with the ladies. We also are blessed to have AHA come out to the house to meet with the ladies bi-weekly to do more of a art, trauma, focus-based type of treatment with the women. We also have another lady, Carol Mesker. She comes out and does a sound bath, and the ladies love it. This form of meditation that is so powerful. I love it too. Sometimes I would just take this hour break and just be a part of sound bath. But this program is amazing. And we are off of donations, and it's thank God people's hearts are so big, because when you hear about these women's stories, which I'm going to show today, you're going to be like, wow. So this program, being able to give these women a second opportunity to just start over. This is a new chapter for them. We have 4 phases, and each phase is different. The first phase, we want them to focus on just the mental health, the trauma, and just making their appointments. Some of these women haven't made appointments in years, even going to your regular PCP appointment or OBGYN or just a dental. So that first 6 months is crucial. We want them to focus on that. And some women might not have an ID, so it's let's get you an ID. Let's see if we can get you a birth certificate. You matter. The second phase is the phase where we still want you to focus on everything and continue to do what you was doing in the first phase, but we want you to start to think about, where do I want to work? What do I want to do? Do I want to go back to school? And right there, they can have the opportunity to do that, but we still want them to focus and maintain with everything that is happening in the first phase, and we want the women to go to the meetings. that's one of our barriers is transportation, because we live like in somewhat of a cul-de-sac. So they have to walk to a couple blocks to get to one of the bus routes, which is like the link, and the link only take you to certain places. So we have to use Ubers or volunteers. So that's that's a big barrier. So we're trying to find our footing with that. After leaving the second phase, it's the third phase, where it's still, the third and fourth is still maintaining everything that you did in the first two phases. We will want you to maintain the mental health. We will want you to make sure you are talking to the therapist about the trauma and also with the job. But at the last phase, we definitely want you to start to think about what's next. What is next? Because we can give you the tools here, but the real thing is, the real test is when you walk out these doors. At Thistle, you can't, Thistle's not here no more. We still are here, but we here in a different light. So I talk with the women about that weekly. I always run groups. I'm a social worker and a therapist outside of my role. So I always run groups with the women. So I do psychoeducation groups. I talk about life skills, because this is the things that you have to deal with when you walk out this door. Talking about your triggers, because on a day-to-day, you can run into so many of your triggers. How would you handle these things? And some people don't think about that. So I'm definitely interested in showing y'all like two of the ladies that's currently here at the program now. We did a video, and we can have up to 4 women in the house. Right now we have 2. We are welcoming our next resident in a week and a half. I'm excited. So I'm gonna save questions for the end. If anybody have any questions, just hold them to the end. I'm gonna play the video.
Can I just ask,
Yes.
Tiffany, can you talk a little bit about the idea of Thistle Hills and how it started from Thistle Farms?
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry I missed that part. So, Sherry talks about this a lot, and I love the story. So, Sherry has been following Rebecca Stevens, which is the founder of Thistle Farms in Nashville, Tennessee. And Reverend Sherry Deese was able to go to a conference and actually meet her, and she talked about the program and all the things that the women were doing, all the things that Rebecca Stevens was doing. And after the conference, Reverend Sherry Deese said she could not sleep at night. She wanted to do something in her environment that will help serve the women that is going through these things, because most people don't know this is really a problem in a lot of cities and areas. So Sherry did what needs to be done, contacted a few people. I remember one time Sherry was saying people in the community gave her a little hard time because they didn't know what type of program this could be. And it just makes you think, people will like something, but if it's in their backyard, it's like, ugh. So it's just like, so far now, we don't have any problems with the neighbors. The residents are so friendly to the neighbors, to a point one of our residents' bike was stolen in the area, and the lady became close with one of the neighbors, and the neighbors actually gave her a new bike. So I was like, wow. And I know when I get there, I jump out my car, walk in the house, I don't say hi to nobody. And I see my residents, hi, and I'm just like, I gotta start speaking. I just look crazy, just jumping out the car and just walking in the house. So I just like that about the neighbors, and I like that about my residents. They're so friendly. It made me look like, I need to start speaking. What's wrong with me? I just keep to myself, but Sherry believed in this program. She believed that Rebecca Stevens did something amazing. And I think Rebecca Stevens have a few houses. I think it's maybe like 5 from just Thistle Farms, and there's a lot of sister organizations that stem from that, just stem from what she was trying to do, what she did do. There is a conference this year. We just had a board meeting, and we're trying to think of ways how can we have all the women go to the conference. So I don't know, we're gonna do any type of fundraiser or ask you, could somebody sponsor the ladies? So far we have 2, we're gonna have a 3rd. We want the women to actually get that experience. I actually went to a conference 2 years ago when I first started working there. I came up on my 2 years in January the 18th, so a couple weeks ago. And when I arrived in March, I was able to go to the conference, and I was like, wow, Rebecca Stevens is this big spirit. When I met her, she had no shoes on, just walking around and just greeting everybody, and just was so friendly. I'm like, man, where's your shoes? I was like, wow. So I can see what everybody sees in her. Beautiful spirit.
Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you.
I'm a little nervous in the video.
Hi, my name is Tiffany Starkes. I'm giving you a tour of Thistle. Okay. So I come in early in the morning, Monday through Friday, and this is where the magic happens. This is my office. Sorry about the mess. This is the bathroom, closet. So this is a 2-year program that housed up to 4 women. This is one of the rooms that we do meditation in, but currently there is a resident in there just due to the fact she had foot surgery. So we moved her from upstairs and have her downstairs. So this is the living room, but again, this is a 2-year program. We are able to take up to 4 women at a time, and the 4 women, 2's here and 2 is upstairs. The women have a history of addiction and prostitution, so they are coming to this program, and we shower them with love and everything we can try to do for them. Ladies cook here every night. One of the biggest goals for us is for them to actually cook together, because no one person should cook by themselves, or we look at it as a family. You won't be here with someone for like 2 years. Why not cook together, have family meals? So outside is the area where the ladies come. They can meditate out here. They can just feel the breeze, take in the sun. It's beautiful. Since it's the fall, they did have a garden in the summertime, but right now it's under construction. So I'll take you upstairs. This room right here is one of the residents' rooms. So that's off limits. So come upstairs with me. Sorry about the red socks shirt. Went to Chicago last year, so.
That's where Bo was born, City.
So I'm still Phillies, but upstairs is where we have groups. So I run the groups at least twice a week, and we will talk about things as self-care, coping skills. We will talk about all types of things, psychoeducation. So I think groups is very important. I know one of the groups I always do weekly, we read books. So one of the books we are currently reading is The Body Keeps Score. The last book was Set Boundaries, Find Peace. So this room right here is another resident's room, but she's downstairs at the current time, so follow me. And so far, that is it. We do have different types of things that happens with the ladies. I know on Mondays, we are starting our social enterprise. So the ladies does make pottery. I participate in also the founder, Sherry D, she's participating in pottery. So we do sell our pottery in Clean Slate Goods located in Kennett Square. Also, we have a psychotherapist that comes out bi-weekly and help with the medication piece and the therapy piece. And then we are partnered with AHA that comes out and do expressive art therapy with the ladies. So this is a 2-year program, like I said, and it's very great because most programs, and as Elena will mention or have mentioned, that we met at a program before she came here. I used to work at both of the ladies' old program, and I did end up leaving the program and coming here. And then when I came here, I brought Elena with me, and then I brought the other resident, Jermaine. I didn't bring her with me, but the other people at that facility remember this program and how this program is a longer program, so they thought it would be beneficial for her to come here. Because 2-year programs, it's hard to find programs like that, and it's very important for programs to be longer just due to the fact a 30-day program doesn't work. A 6-month program don't work because in 30 days or 6 months or 3 months, the individual might not be ready. But I'd like to say thank you for coming out and taking a tour of the house with us.
Hi, my name is Jermaine. I'm a survivor. I am a resident here at Thistle Hills, located in Coatesville. And I've been here for about 8 months. I came here in December 2022. And I must say that being here at Thistle Hill has brought me a lot of hope for myself. And I shared a house with another young lady who has been here longer, and she's pretty much showed me the way of how things are done here at Thistle Hill. We attend meetings, we have meditation in the morning, we cook for each other, and she's a good cook. We do a lot of things around the house. We're responsible to take care of our home here at Thistle Hill. We have chores, and we maintain our garden, and we attend outside meetings 3 times a week. We go on 4 or 5 meetings if we want to do more, but that's required of us. And we stay sober. I've been in my addiction and drinking alcohol and prostitution and trafficking for many years. I think a lot of people get trafficking mixed up with people being picked up off the street and thrown into a van and just sold. But in my case, I was introduced to a gentleman and he provided drugs for me in a hotel. And a couple of days later, I was asked to have do favors with these men all through the day, all day, sometimes, and never left the room, only to go out to buy other things for myself to look presentable to these men. And it cost me a lot of heartbreak, disconnected from my family, and most of all disconnected from myself. It was a struggle, in and out of institutions, jails, and different rehabs. Until 2022, I went to a woman's space in Philadelphia, and I was referred to Thistle Hills and Coatesville. At first I was afraid to take this step because they said it's a 2-year program, and that kind of scared me off. But I said, you know, I've been in addiction for so long, why not give myself a chance? And since being here, things have changed for me. I have became more aware of my issues, trauma, isolation, guilt, pain, and we have groups here concerning those issues. We have on staff people who come in and talk to us, an open door policy. We're a program manager, Ms. Starkes, lets us come in, and we have one-on-ones with her. She tells us about things that we're doing and improving, and we also tell the progress we're making here at the house. And we have spirituality with Reverend Beats every Thursday, where we have a connection with our spirituality, get closer to with God. And those things we really never did before. So now I feel like a new person, and I feel as though I can just bring encouragement to other women who are struggling out there on the streets. We have meditation every morning where we do say a prayer before our meditations. I forgot the, we light this candle for the women who are still struggling on the street and for the ones who are trying to find their way home. And we do that every morning because we want to be aware of how we were and the women who's coming and let them know that they are home. And inside of this book here, we have a book by Becca Stevens, and it just simply says, if I don't mind reading it real quick for you guys, it just says that home is a woman I know well. Her presence confronts me. Her window, like eyes, allows me to look out without fear. I'm safe with her. And that means that every day that we're in this house, we feel safe with each other. And when we look at each other, we see a mirror. I've been through the pain she's been through. She sees the pain that I've been through, and we comfort each other. And that's what helps us grow on our day-to-day struggles. And we do a lot here. Some of us work, some of us go to school. We go to outside mental health services so we can be aware of what's going on with our bodies. And other than that, this is a great facility for women who want to come find their way home and become better mothers, sisters, and daughters. So with that, I'd just like to say thanks for listening to me, and I encourage you to find about Thistle Hills. Thank you.
And I'm Elena. I am also a resident here at Thistle Hills. I have been here for over a year and a half, a year and some change. I came into this program right after doing the same program as my housemate, which is Women's Space in Auburn, PA. That was a 6-month program. I was encouraged to come to this program through our house manager, who is Miss Starkes. She brought this program up to me, and this was like just a better option than going back out on the streets where I lived for a long time in Philadelphia. I have drug and alcohol problems along with mental health problems and PTSD. And in this program, we have worked towards getting help for those things. Also, I was involved in some relationship violence, some abuse, and here we go through some of that we do a program with Miramount and also with Gardenzia. In the beginning of our stay here for the first 6 months, we kind of just get settled in and get like doctor visits and everything done first. And after that 6 months, we can work or do school. I currently been working as a manager at my job for a year now, as of September. It's a lot of good opportunities here if you stay for the long haul. I will have my time up, my 2 years here in March, though I have been discussing staying even longer. So this is a program where if you need more help, you can stay. And if you feel as if you have finished your journey here, you can also leave early. There's basic rules that we follow here. We do, like my roommate said, we do meditate every morning during the week, Monday through Friday. And we do go to at least 3 meetings a week. We are required to have sponsors, also follow the basic rules of the house. We do get a lot of freedom here compared to some other places that I've been, as far as being able to go out on your own. As long as you stay clean and sober, honest about what you're doing, it is a great place to live. It's a beautiful home here in Coatesville, ran by Sherry Dietz, a reverend. She comes every Thursday, like my roommate said, to do spiritual time, where we talk about some things out of Thistle Farms, which is the branch off of Thistle Hills. We are like the sister to them. So far since being here, I've had things happen, like my ability to do things that I love come back after being on the streets and having a lot of things happen mentally to me. I didn't really have any joy of, coloring or reading or doing art, working, taking care of myself, doing self-care, but you kind of learn how to get some of that back. We do readings here, like out of self-help books and stuff like that, to kind of understand more about boundaries, which we have done here, a boundary book. We've also continued on learning on PTSD recently with a new book that we've started. We do have great opportunities here to grow. I currently have a sponsor who brings me through the NA steps, because I do have a background in addiction to crack cocaine and K2. I have gone 2 years so far, 2 years and a month, of complete sobriety from all alcohol, drugs, brain fart. I just want to give you as much information as you can have. We also have like opportunities to do programs outside of this program. I worked with Chester County Food Bank within my first 6 months of being here, getting my ServSafe. There's other opportunities to do schooling, to go back to school or start a new career option for yourself. I chose to work instead, but working gives me joy and also obviously puts money in my pocket. We do have a savings program here where 30% of each check will go into a savings account, which is for when you leave here to have an opportunity to, buy a car, rent an apartment, live sufficiently on your own. We do our own chores here as far as laundry, sweeping the floor, doing our own dishes. We do our own food shopping here. So you're getting kind of like that independency that you probably didn't have if you were out on the streets or in addiction or prostitution. No one here forces you to do anything that you don't want to do, as far as going out to different events or even having your face on camera. That's why I won't be having mine on camera.
She changed her mind after that.
I just prefer not to, but I still wanted to share my side of the story. I lived very shortly, maybe about 3 to 5 years in addiction, but the amount of time you spent doesn't change the fact that you have probably hit rock bottom within that time. I've been homeless. I've sold my body for money, drugs, food, place to sleep, a shower. I've had abusive relationships that I have grown in this program to kind of accept and forgive. And though some things you'll never forget, this program really does help you with seeing a psychiatrist or doing mental health work or just getting some of those things out on paper. I've learned to journal while I was here, just to put thoughts down to paper. I can always talk to Sherry Dietz or our house manager, Tiffany Starkes. Do you want your name in there? Tiffany Starkes. So she'll let me sit in her office and I just tell her about my day, troubles at work, troubles that go on in my life, and sometimes just talk about the good things going on. I enjoy this program very much. It's nothing like I've ever experienced. I've been in shelters, I've been in a rehab or two, I've been in and out of mental institutions, and nothing ever kind of clicked to me up until now. Like, just having a longer program to be at is rent-free, because they want you to build up your savings account. As I spoke earlier, the 30% of savings from your money does go towards that. They do have a great match program here. At the end of your stay here, you can match up to $1,200 with them, and that's just given to you out of just policy and just part of their generosity here. I don't know what else to say. I'm rambling. We do appreciate you guys listening to us and participating in the program. I know this is an opportunity for you guys to get to know the program and know what you're putting your money into, but it is a great program for women of all ages and all situations. It is definitely a great place to grow and learn who you are and figure out what you want to do after the 2 years of being here. They do help you go through that. You'll have a social worker. They'll help you make all your appointments, figure out where you want to go after here. I built a good relationship with my family that way, because a lot of times in addiction, you lose a lot of people in your life because of what you're doing or how you're behaving, or just disconnecting from people, being antisocial. So I have definitely found that with this program, I was able to build a better relationship with my mom and dad. So my biggest plans are going home after this to go live with them for a little while, just to get back into family-oriented living. And that wouldn't have happened if I didn't come here. So there is opportunities to rebuild bridges with people that you may want back in your life or need to make amends to, which you will learn through the process, whether you do AA or NA, that's up to you, but we do have to have a sponsor to work through that with us. And so far, Coatesville has given us a very wide variety of people and personalities to work with. That's all I have.
All right. I think now we're gonna leave it open to questions for Tiffany that you have about Thistle Hills.
Anyone have any questions? Yes.
How do the women come to you? Are they recommended? Do they apply?
So, the two women here, I used to work at Woman's Space, so it's an armor. So, them two came for me because at the time, the last person I was talking, Elena, I was actually a therapist there. So, Jermaine, she was she came after I left, so the people at Woman's Space still remember the program, they reached out to me, but usually recommendations come from other organizations that, or somebody will find us on Facebook.
Isn't the newest resident who's joining you, wasn't she recommended from Thistle Farms?
We did have her, we had to discharge her, unfortunately, yeah. She had a lot of triggers she had to still work through. Our new resident that's coming, February 13th, she's from Woman's Space. So now we're gonna have 3 women from Woman's Space. I seen a hand over here.
This was more of a statement. I was just so impressed at how articulate and thoughtful and profound these women were. Just listen, I was just blown away, having kind of come where they come from on this, all the challenges they've had, and to be able to be so thoughtful and concise, how they were feeling and thinking, articulating the benefits of the program. I was just really impressed.
Yeah, it's always mind blowing. We are redoing the handbook currently, so I did ask the ladies' input, and they were very vocal about it. They talked about what to say and what some new things we can add on to it. And like if we go and meet, like I'm always the one that speaks to a lot of people, come to speaking events, and they said, "What's it? You can ask this, you can talk about this," and they are really helpful with this process because we are still fairly new, and we are they are the teachers. Always look at it. I seen it here right here, didn't you?
I was wondering, did you get grant funding, or how did you start up?
So, from my understanding, it was, we had a grant from Chester County for us to get the home. And from there, don't quote me, I think. But from there, we get a lot of donations. We get a lot of donations. So just to keep the operation of the home, to even have some of the materials in the house. Yes.
How do volunteers, folks like us, if we wanted to come or help in some way, you mentioned driving, how can we interact?
So if you go onto the website and go into, I have to look, so I can talk to you afterwards, but it's somewhere on the website. I think it's maybe, I know I have seen people in the area where anybody that want to see if they can maybe be a part of the program, a future resident. I have seen volunteers write hey, can you reach out to me? I'm interested in volunteering, and it would get sent to me. I know we don't have a volunteer tab, but the questionnaire tab, people will write their information, and I reach out to them. But I can give you my card after this is done. And our number is also on the website. Yes.
I was just going to ask that. Do you have a card?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
I'm wondering what has become of women who have completed your program? I know it's short, so maybe there aren't that many who've gone through. And you said some people leave early, some people are dismissed. How does that all work?
So discharge, I know discharge is never easy. It's never easy on me. I'm the one that have to say the goodbyes. We haven't had a graduate yet. Our first graduate is Elena, the one who came here. She is gonna be our first graduate, and I can say it's gonna be so bittersweet. I probably be emotional because I see her at another program. So we've been knowing each other for some time, and it's like this is the end of the road. Like it stops here. Please keep in touch. So so far I'm just praying that she does amazing. Yeah, like I said, discharge is never easy, and we usually discharge on like huge reasons that's like we have no control of at this point. Or some women have decided to leave because 2 years could be a lot. And I always look at it, a lot of these programs are 30 days, 60 days. And from working previously at other facilities such as a rehab, this stuff can become a revolving door, and before you know it, you done did maybe a whole year and a half of 30 days stays at rehabs. So it's like, give yourself a chance and come to a program like this.
You know, these women have children somewhere.
Yes. Both of them have children. Her children is older. And this one, she has a child but family is taken care of. We had other women that had children before, and they had to make special arrangements for that. And usually most women that do come through the program actually most times don't have custody of their children. So they still will talk to their children, but they just don't have the custody. Somebody else in the family does. Yes.
I noticed two things about the video. One is the house was beautiful, beautifully decorated and very peaceful. And the other was the focus on meditation every morning. So I just wondered if you could comment as a therapist of how does that help these women? It must be a big part of the program. Just wanted to see if you could comment on the philosophy of just the peacefulness of the surroundings and meditation.
So the goal is for the women to focus on the here and now, just focus on like what is going on in their bodies, and they can process with each other. And after meditation is done, because after meditation is done, the women, they took it upon themselves to do just for the day. I'm not sure how many people is familiar with just for the day. So it's a message it's a different message each day, and I think AA uses it a lot. So the women will like read that right afterwards and just talk about what resonated for them, or even with the meditation, they talk about what resonated with them. Because when meditation starts in the morning, they light the candle and it says this mantra, I light the candle for the women that's still out there looking for a place called home, or looking for a place like home. And that meaning is these women are still out there and they need to say prayer to guide them in the right direction. So I know when I used to talk to the women about that, I used to do it quarterly. Like, when you hear that, what does that do? Do something resonate with you? And they say it sends a chill, because they are fortunate and blessed to have families to be directed here. Both of the women came from women's space, and it was crazy. I had a phone call with them a couple days ago because we are accepting one of their residents, and they said, when can you take her? And I'm like, maybe in the middle of February. And it was like, the insurance. I'm like, it's a 6-month program. She'll be been here for 3. It's like, it's not a 6 month no more. It's 30. And I'm like, oh wow. Yeah. And I was there, it was 6 months. So they just stopped doing 6 months. And thank God we're not insurance based. We run off of just donations. So, but back to like the meditation piece, it's helpful. It's like for the here and now. It's in their mind to a state of peace. And I used to tell them, some people don't like meditating because they in this place where their mind start to race. And so you, in that moment, is, what are you feeling? And I want you to question, like, why are you feeling that way?
How many of these programs are there? It sounds like they're in different different cities?
They are. So I know Bloom is one of our sister organizations. I'm not sure if anybody's familiar with Bloom. So Bloom is another program just like our program, but they are in Pennsylvania, located in Pennsylvania. But so far, from my understanding, I know it's over 50 of these organizations, and there are other. I think there's another organization in a different country like this. Yeah, I was able to meet some of their staff when I went to Thistle Farm, their conference. Any more questions? Yes.
She said in the video, I mean, I know you said it's a 2-year program, but she had meant to be a comment in the video about she was going to see about staying longer. We were talking about staying longer. Is there flexibility there, or is that just
Yes. So with her, when she did ask for an extension, I thought, in my opinion, she has a great support system outside of here. She rebuilt her support system, so I had to process with her, why she wanted that extension. It was based off fear, versus other people had came through. I'm like, I can see they might want an extension. I can see the extension happening. But yeah, we will grant the extension if we feel as though you're not ready, but to base it off of fear, we got to process that. Why? Any more questions? Yes.
Do they have any access to you after they leave to not come back for a long stay, but just to you, for instance, to talk things over? Or once they're out and they have to use other services?
No, our doors is good. So our doors is going to continue to stay open for them. If they just want to talk and just need to get something off their chest, they know they can call me. Even when I tell them now, I'm not working this weekend. Call the staff member. I still get a call. And I still answer. So, I love what I do. I tell everybody that one of the things is I live in Philadelphia. This is in Coatesville. I drive an hour and some minutes every morning. And I'm like, I tell them, y'all lucky I love y'all. But yeah, I love what I did. I'm like, this is a blessing. Any more questions?
Sounds like that is love in action.
Yes.
Well, Thomas sends his apologies. He had the 11:30 service, so he had to dash out, but wanted you to know how much we appreciate you being with us. So thank you so much. We're grateful for the connection.
Thank you. We also have I meant to mention, and which was mentioned in the video, we have started a social enterprise. We started making pottery, and our pottery is located in Kennett Square at Clean Slate Goods, or you can get pottery off of the Facebook website, on the Facebook page, which is Thistle Hills.
That's a tradition, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because the other locations produce beauty products and stuff.
Yeah.
So great.
Thank you.